For such a crazy car market where no one has vehicles, Tim Daly Infiniti is your home for an incredible selection of great quality used vehicles for any budget. And the best part? Most are backed by the Tim Daly Forever Warranty. Tim Daly Infiniti still wants your trade-in or to simply buy your car outright with a quick payoff. Don't wait. Come see us today. Think Tim Daly Infiniti and think
it's forever your warranty.
Are you concerned about taxes or a market crash affecting your retirement plan? Do you have a retirement income strategy or just a portfolio? If you're concerned about any of these issues, visit retireutah.com. Retire Utah Radio has answers and helpful information Saturday mornings 5 to 6 from founder of Capital Wealth Advisors, Mike Stevens. Capital Wealth Advisors have a proprietary retirement planning process called the True Path Retirement Plan, designed for clarity and retirement peace of mind. Visit retireutah.com for your complimentary retirement guide today.
You're listening to Jeff Kaplan's Afternoon News on KSL News Radio 102.7 FM and 1160 AM.
3:30 at KSL. Jeff Kaplan here. It's mostly cloudy, 48 degrees. KSL's top story. The number of Utahns in the hospital with COVID has now risen to an all-time high. 624 patients are fighting the coronavirus. At the very same time, nationwide, the number of COVID cases is falling, but not here.
In areas like Texas, University of Utah Chief Medical Operations Officer Dr. Russell Vinnick says cases are off by as much as 30%. But in the Mountain West, Vinnick says that isn't happening.
Typically, when we start to see an upward trend in our data, it starts to get reflected in the state within a week or two as well. So we are pleased the cases aren't going up, but we're also being very cautious because cases aren't going down either.
Right now, he says the U of U is typically treating only the sickest of COVID patients and that they have fewer staff to do so. He says they're getting regular pages from other hospitals right now trying to place their patients. Mark Duke, KSL News Radio.
The Department of Health reports 1,800 new cases in Utah today, 19 new COVID deaths reported since yesterday. KSL News Time 3:31. President Biden is taking steps today to save Christmas. Maria Chaleos is live at the KSL National News Desk.
Jeff, the president says players in the shipping industry as well as many retailers are committing today to a day and night effort to get goods on store shelves.
The commitments being made today are a sign of major progress in moving goods from manufacturers to a store or to your front door.
The president met with officials from the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach to expand their operations to 24/7 through the holiday season. The Biden administration says there's new evidence that masks are working in schools when they are required. CDC Director Rochelle Walensky briefed reporters on the new study.
In this Arizona study, schools without a mask requirement were 3.5 times likelier to have a COVID-19 outbreak than schools that require masks.
Dr. Walensky says across the country, 99% of all schools are now fully open. The U.S. will reopen its land borders to non-essential travel next month. The action ends a 19-month freeze due to the COVID pandemic. The new rules will allow fully vaccinated foreign nationals to enter the U.S. regardless of their reason for travel. And an emotional William Shatner says he's humbled by today's journey into space. Shatner, among three other civilians, made up an 11-minute trip to space on board Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket. Shortly after touchdown, Shatner tells Bezos that the experience had a profound and spiritual effect on him, and he was able to bond with his fellow crew members.
You know, you share, it's like being in battle together, really. And there is this bonding of being in battle, but you're also embattled inside yourself.
The conversation taking place on the Blue Origin live stream. Live from the KSL National News Desk, I'm Maria Chaleos, KSL News Radio.
Here at home, Utah's NASA ambassador hopes today's Blue Origin launch will inspire the next generation of scientists and explorers.
So I'm hoping that the kids today, parents will be showing them here's what some just regular people are doing and inspiring them to think about science. We need more science people, girls, boys, anybody. We just need more people to study and believe in science.
That's Patrick Wiggins, who says he remembers the day he saw his first astronauts blast into space, watching on a black and white TV in grade school. KSL News Time 3:34. Developing news on KSL. We're learning the name of the University of Utah police officer who died on duty today. Sergeant Corey Newbold passed away from a medical condition. The Utah Fraternal Order of Police says Sergeant Newbold had a storied career with the West Valley Police Department before he moved to the University of Utah Police Force, where he served as a sergeant. The order says he was one of a kind and an honor to work with. KSL News Time 3:34. The Utah Jazz could soon be wearing some different colors. The team's ownership today announced a rebrand at a Big Tech Summit. KSL News Radio's Paul Nelson is live. Paul, what's going on?
Well, Jeff, Ryan Smith and Dwayne Wade say the new identity of the Utah Jazz is going to be built around the idea of black and white, although other colors are going to be added to the mix. They made this announcement at the Silicon Slopes Tech Summit today in Salt Lake City. The Deseret News is reporting Smith plans to try out different colors, different fonts to see what works and what doesn't. But Silicon Slopes is being called the second biggest convention of the year in Salt Lake City. However, tourism officials say we still have a long way to go to reach what could be considered normal convention activity. Analysts with Visit Salt Lake say the convention schedule for the end of 2022, looks as busy as it was in 2019. Reporting live, Paul Nelson, KSL News Radio.
Thank you, Paul. KSL News Time 3:35. All that summertime wildfire smoke didn't affect Utah's air quality as much as you'd think. KSL News Radio's Heather Kelly has the story.
A panel of top air quality experts held a meeting this morning to discuss the different plans for cutting ozone levels in our state. Educating all sectors of business and the public was the overriding message.
We've learned that the more Utahns understand the science and impact their actions have, the more willing they are to engage.
That's Executive Director of Utah Clean Air Partnership, Kim Frost, who says a majority of the pollution along the Wasatch Front this summer was from emissions, not wildfire smoke. Several of the panelists say they're working with businesses to install electric charging stations and trying to switch out older work vehicles with cleaner fuel engines. Heather Kelly, KSL News Radio.
KSL News Time 3:36. A quick check on traffic now. Len Thomas is in for Ricky. What's going on?
Well, Jeff, we've got a crash southbound on the east belt at 3500 South, closing the left lane. You got delays back to the I-80 split. Len Thomas in the KSL Traffic Center.